Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the old den of tools. And today we're talking about power stations, that is. Yeah, we've talked about them before, and we're going to have more coming up soon, actually really soon. We got a whole compilation series going on. But for right now, we got the Enelong. This is a 1,000 watt battery in a box system. So you got your batteries, your inverter, and you got all your ports and all that kind of fun stuff. You can hook up to solar. Now, this one did not come with solar, but I had some extra solar panels, so we played around with that some. You know what? I also sent Jeff and the family out into the desert to try this out. So let's go and see what they got for us, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some more of the details. All right. The Enelong, whatever you want to call this thing. We're going to set it this way. Easier to see in the sun and whatnot. You got your power right here, press and hold, and it will come on. If you can see it, I don't know. AC over here, press this to turn on the AC. DC input, you got the barrel, and you got the standard connectors. USB-C plus USB 3 high power, standard USB outs, DC 12, and again, unlocking points there. We got another marine grade. No light on this one. It doesn't pretend to be a camper kind of thing. That's simple. Now, they don't make solar panels, but Xtar does. Xtar currently doesn't make a power station. So we're putting the two together. So these come through. Come into a little splitter here. Goes into this. We can just take these and plug them right in there. Power. Well, there you go, and here we are. This is the power station. They call it the 1100. I've seen all sorts of specs on this. I saw 1000, I've seen 1100, and I see 1200. I'm not sure what's what. Maybe they changed the base model versus the one they sent me versus what they're selling now. Anyway, the price has come down. The price was much higher. It has come down to $700, $699. And then, of course, you've got the little clicky coupon here. You can get an extra $35 off. But let's talk about what this thing has. You got the three, your three 110 ports, and that's the AC. And, of course, you press the little AC power button there to get access to them. You've got, over on the far right, you've got your DC out, which is you got your two barrel plugs, and you got one, aka cigarette lighter stuff. Next to that, we got USB, we got four. We got one USB-C that's 60 watts, a USB 3, fast charger, and then two standard USB chargers. And then we got the input. You got DC in, and then you got the PV in. This is a fairly standard sort of power connection, often widely used with solar panels. I've got solar panels that plug directly into this, and yes, this does have a solar connector built into it, and I think it's an MPPT controller there. So it's actually, of the two controllers, it's the better style of controller. I gotta be honest though about this box. Let's just take a look at it. This is the plastic on this box. It's that kind of, it's not super thick. It's kind of flimsy. You flick with your fingernail, and it kind of gives you that dull thud. It doesn't feel. It feels like a cheap plastic box around a battery with a little tiny, mostly worthless display. It doesn't put out power. It does. But one of the key issues I have with it is, we come over here. Well, first of all, it weighs 16 pounds. It's not light, but it's 1,000 watts. So with 1,000 watts comes weight, right? But the batteries, it's got 64 lithium-ion batteries in it. Now, lithium-ion, if you're doing power tools, that's a great call. But 64 of these things, The problem with lithium ion, or I should say the upside of lithium ion, is lots of power in a very tiny package. Okay, but there's issues. They can catch on fire. There's, all sorts of stuff. We've seen stories of people's, garages burning down because they left something on the charger stuff. They're not the most volatile of them. They're not a lithium polymer kind of thing. But most solar setups, they're going to be running LiFePO batteries, LiFePO 4 batteries actually. And what this is lithium iron phosphate batteries. And these are going to they don't have as much power per pound. They're slightly bigger, but what they do have is deep recharge capabilities. They can go deeper into the cycle than a lithium ion can, and they have sometimes 4 to 5 times the recharge value that you're going to see out of your standard, even high end lithium ion batteries. You're going to get way more recharge cycles out of it with the LiFePO than you are going to get with the lithium ion. On top of that, you also don't have the same kind of fire hazard you have with the lithium ion batteries. So most people are going to be using, those in their solar setups. And some of the ones we're going to be talking about down the road are. But let's also compare this versus gas, because, that's the elephant in the room. How much am I going to pay to get that same kind of power from a gas generator? Well, this Togo power, a lot of people are going to say, well, I can get the same thing for under $200. And that's not exactly true. Can you get 1,000 watts for under $200? Yes, you can. Here we've got the Togo Power, $179 plus another 10% off. Maybe that's an option for you. Maybe that's the way you're going to go. I'm going to be honest, they talk about how quiet this is and everything else. You read the reviews, people are talking about it's not quiet. It's loud, it smokes, it's annoying. You're going to want to have a long extension cord, but it does put out power. And if you just need power, it'll do it. Now, what you really need to be comparable is you need to be talking about something like an inverter generator, fully enclosed, super quiet inverter generator. It's still going to be louder than the battery generator, but it's going to be the closest thing you're going to get with gas. Now, the power range on this, or let's say the price range on this, goes between $220 for this blowout they're doing over at Camping World from an AI Power. Now, we've reviewed AI Power before. They're decent enough, entry-level kind of stuff, all the way up to over $1,200 for, the top-line Honda anyway. So at the end of the day, do I call this a solid buy? I don't think it would work for me or for my family. I don't think it would be the one I would purchase, considering that there are other options I think that are going to get you the same or more for the same price, or even a little bit less in price in some instances. And we're going to be talking about some of those options coming up. It's not a terrible box. In some ways, I like the simplicity of the box. It just does what it's supposed to do. The grab handle makes it easy to grab and go, but it's not all that rugged. It needs to be it needs more. It just needs more at that price point. I was expecting more. I was bummed to see the lithium ion batteries. I was bummed to see the construction of the box. Do I have to get all the whiz-bang features you're going to see in some of the higher-end stuff, Bluetooth and all that, so you can monitor the battery? No. Would it be nice? Yes. And at that price point, I'm almost kind of expecting it. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. And if you like this kind of stuff, stay tuned. Make sure you hit the old like button down there, because it feeds the algorithm. Smash that subscribe so you don't miss any of the other content. Anyway, that's all this old bear has for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.